Okay, welcome to our Windows Network Mega Lab. So today we're going to install Windows Server. I'm going to choose Windows 19. You can use 16, 19, 22, it's up to you. Then I'm going to add a Windows 10 machine, network them together, and then call it finished with that. Then the next episode we'll be doing other things like setting up a DHCP server, promoting our Windows 19 server to Active Directory. We'll add later on. We'll add some files, a web service where we'll have load balancing, etc. So this is going to be a long series, maybe 10 videos, but it'll be an amazing experience for all of you out there. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've got VirtualBox here already set up. I have a Kali Linux machine that I was using earlier, but today I'm going to install Windows 19. First of all, then later on, Windows 10. If everything goes smoothly, it should take about 20, 30 minutes each installation. I might be able to do them at the same time, so we don't waste too much time here. What you do is you go grab your copies of Windows 19, Windows 10 ISO images, and yeah, let's start this procedure. So I'm in VirtualBox. I'm in Windows 11. Windows 10 is slightly different. There's no longer support for Windows 10, so I encourage everyone to jump on, upgrade to Windows 11. I'm not going to be doing any videos on Windows 10 anymore, except for our virtual machine inside this virtualization, because Windows 11 is still very heavy in terms of resources. So I use Windows 10 for the virtual machines, but the actual host, I'm going to use Windows 11 from now on. So first step is to click on New. Then we'll give it a name. So I'm going to call this one, because I'm going to start with Windows 19 first. Windows Server. Actually, what I might do is give it because of the lab that I'm setting up, I want to create a naming structure that makes sense and feels like a corporate environment. So what I'll do is call it something like this: SRVDC01, so server domain controller 1. With this one, I'll go grab the ISO image. Now I've got this one all ready to go. Just trying to think which one I should use. Yep, that'll be fine. And this should be pre-filled. I don't want to do unintended installation, so I'm going to skip unintended installation. If on your version of VirtualBox, I think Windows 10, I'm not really sure, but that might be ticked by default. You need to leave it. If it's either way, that's what I'm trying to say. Whatever option is in front of you, skip unattended installation. Trust me on that. So click on next. We'll push this memory up to maybe 4 gigs. Oh, I have plenty of RAM on my system, so 4 gigs should be fine. Put that up to 2 processors, should be good. And don't worry about EFI in this scenario. Next, virtual disk at 50 gigs is fine. Click on next and finish. It's that easy, right? So we'll just right click here, start, and do a normal start. And that should power up. And once I do a few of the default selections, or once I choose some of the settings in the initial settings, I'll then go straight to Windows 10 and we can install them at the same time. If your systems are a bit slow, then perhaps just do Windows 19 first, then Windows 10 later on. Up to you, whatever your system can handle. Ideally, you should have laptops at least 16 gigs of RAM. And if you're going to make IT as your career or cybersecurity as your career, in all honesty, you should be getting Intel-based Windows Intel-based machines with at least 16 gigs of RAM. If you want to make that as a career, if you want to get serious, then save up a bit of money and get yourselves some Intel systems with at least 16 gigs of RAM. Otherwise, it's just going to be very challenging, very difficult for you. Can be done, but you don't want that extra additional pressure. You're trying to learn, and you don't want that additional pressure of things not working because your systems are not powerful enough. Laptops are actually very cheap now. Anything under, you can get something less than $1,000, which will be sufficient for your needs. Language to install, US is fine. That's time and currency. Choose Australia if you're in Australia. This is important whichever country you're in because the US, they use miles. The date they use, they swap the months and the dates around to, as opposed to Australia, we have the days and months. So just choose this. I mean, it's not a huge issue, but it might be. Keyboard US is fine. Don't select UK keyboard if you're not from the UK because they use the pound symbol instead of the dollar symbol. So we'll go to install now. Then we'll go into the setup mode, and in the setup mode there's a couple of configurations that we need to make sure, a couple of settings that we need to make sure are perfect. I don't have a product key now. We'll just leave it at the moment because we just want to get this up and running. We're not going to use it that long anyway. I think you get 120 days or 6 months, something like that. You get extended period of time. Do not select standard or data center. Select standard desktop experience or data center experience. Desktop experience, right? Because if you don't, you'll only get a command line interface. And that was the problem with unattended installation. It went straight into this operating system. It only has PowerShell. You won't be able to see the graphics, which is fantastic. But if you're just learning, then this is not going to be for you. Select desktop experience. I actually don't know why Microsoft has that as default, but they do. So desktop experience with standard, that should be fine. Accept the licensing terms. Well, we don't have much of a choice, do we? Yeah, the mouse just crashed a bit. And then go to next. Custom install. This is the unallocated space. We're going to click on next. That's the storage. And that should go on its way to the next stage, which should be just installing the files. Installing the setup files. Okay, this is good. We're going to leave Windows 19 now. If your system's powerful enough to do multiple processing at the same, like have multiple virtual machines running at the same time, let's go to Windows 10 and install that. We're going to be consistent with our naming convention. We're going to have different names for different purposes. So I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to set up a new Windows 10 machine. We're going to call it Win 10 because it's Windows 10, and dash and then client 1 because it's going to be a client. Okay, ISO image. We're going to select. I don't have it here at the moment, so it looks like I'm going to have to dig for it. That's okay. Go to other. I've got lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of different virtual machines, but I've got them in a reasonable order here. So that should be good here. Skip unattended installation again. Click on next. Give it a bit more RAM if you can. We have 16 gigs. Processing power, give that 2 as well. Click on next. 50 gig is fine. Next again, and finish. So we'll right click here, get that going, and it's a very similar setup to Windows 19. In the meantime, it's going to have a look on, keep an eye out on Windows 19 server installation. It looks okay. Now I'll go into Windows command line interface. Sorry, Windows client, and then we'll see how that's moving. There we go. So what I might do is put these next to each other. So just like to keep an eye on this. Yeah, just make sure that that's still working. The same. I mean, the background looks a little bit different, but it's still the same kind of options there. Australia. Next, install. And same thing, I don't have a key at the moment. I do have one, but I won't use it for this demonstration. And I've got some more options here. Depends on which ISO you have. Try to get one with the Pro Edition. Actually, you actually have to have one with a Pro Edition there. So select Windows 10 Pro, or if you've got a key, a license key, then you can use the Education Edition if you're at uni or university or TAFE. But I'm just going to use Pro Edition at the moment. Click on Next. Accept license terms because I don't have a choice. Custom Windows install. Next. And there we go. We've got the same thing happening here. It will just get files ready for installation. I'm not going to wait because that'll just be a waste of your time. What I'll do is I'll pause the video, come back when this process finishes. It might restart a couple of times, but I will. I'll come back off pause once the next stage is here. Okay, so this is really interesting. Windows 10 is much faster than Windows 19. Not sure why, but we'll just roll with it. It's just the way I guess it's set up. Maybe that machine could be crashing out. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to keep on, be patient and see what happens then. But Windows 10 is good, so I'll go to leave it with the region as Australia. Click on yes, and let's see what the next stage has for us. Keyboard leave as US. I want to add, it's up to you. Probably I'm not going to, I'm just going to skip that. Sometimes these virtual machines, they just crash, they just don't work. What you do is, I'll tell you what not to do is don't get angry. Trust me on that. I've smashed keyboards and screens, and trust me on this from experience, it doesn't really help that much. Especially when you have to go to the hospital and fix your wrists after getting angry. But just start again. Just go back and start again. It's it's a good experience. It's something that IT technicians, network administrators, cybersecurity experts, we all go through this, where you do everything absolutely perfect according to the minute detail, and it doesn't work. It's just the way it is. It's like I guess physics, right? There's mathematical equations for physics, and computers just don't operate in the same laws as physics, I guess. I don't know. I didn't do well at physics or maths at school, but what I can tell you is you might do absolutely everything exactly the same, and you get different outcomes. But we just roll with it. The most important thing is knowledge, the understanding, the deep understanding behind what we're doing here. The technical stuff we can learn, we can figure it out. We can, trial and error, but the knowledge comes from experience, from just trying different things. My way might not be, you might find that your way of doing things is much better. Maybe the steps I've taken is just not showing on your screens. It could be on Windows 11, Windows 10, maybe the ISO is different. The key here is that just because everything is not exactly the same as what you see here, or if you go to TAFE or tertiary education or university, and not everything goes exactly according to the plan, you have to rely on yourself. You have to go out and get that knowledge. You have to go and get that experience. You've got ChatGPT for help. Don't use it as your sole source of information. You have the other AI. You have lots. I like books myself. Books. Not all books are reliable, by the way. Some are really hard to read, boring, and some have contain wrong information, but or inaccurate, or not information that's helping us in any way. But you've just got to push yourselves and just push yourselves through this and trial and error. Fix it yourselves. That's the best way to learn. I'm going to, and it looks like I might actually be one of those learning moments for me too, because this is not working. It's not moving at all. I'm not really sure why. So maybe I'll just go back to Windows 10. And how would you like to set up? Go to set up as organization for Windows 10. Click on next. It's going to try. Well, there you go. It's going to try and push you to put a sign in for Microsoft with an email account. Don't fall for that one. Just go to domain join instead, and put a name. I think I'll just write administrator. I think should be okay for now. No, it doesn't. It wants me to choose another name. Okay, fine. I'll just call it Harry. Password. Just gonna put password. Exclamation 1. Don't do that in real life. Okay, and then it'll ask me, for some additional security questions. Yeah, there we go. I'll just do first pet name. I'm just going to write anything here. I've done this so many times. I don't really need all this stuff here, but they're trying to do the right thing. But it's just annoying. It's just too much. It's just a bit overbearing. Yeah, this one is still down. Okay, well, I'll just start again. No problems. No worries at all. Didn't work this time. I'll just do it again. It's just how it is. It's what we're used to that. Get rid of all this stuff. We don't need it. It's just extra resources, and just when you don't have to do something, don't do it. That's my philosophy on life. If you don't have to do it, don't do it. Yeah, you don't need all this stuff. And skip it. Not now. I'm not really interested in any of this. We just want to get this lab running, get it Windows 10 set up. We want to fix Windows 19 because Windows 19 is playing up, which is no problems. All right, so what we'll do is I'm just going to minimize this. There, it's just not moving now. I've lost patience. What I might try and do, I'll try this first. I'll stop it. I'll do a stop. It's not a good idea to do this, but it's just not going to work for us. Yep, I'm going to right click it. I'll start again and see if that helps out a bit. It's not ideal, but it's maybe trying everything before I give up on it and then do it again. I might use a different image this time, different ISO image. Meanwhile, Windows 10 is still working, which is good. An operating system wasn't found. Okay, it's dead. So we are going to now delete it and start again. So we'll right click and remove and delete all files. You need to get rid of it. Actually, I might get a bit of other advice for this one. Maybe I might have installed it on a OneDrive. If that's the case, then that OneDrive, there's sometimes, what I'm trying to say is try to install an area that's not linked to OneDrive. So just in an area C. I'll show you what I mean now. So let's add a new, try it again. Server DC01. Let's go to other. I'm going to select the new ISO this time, a completely different one. Got plenty. Got this version, and I have this version. Got plenty. Well, this one's. Which one's newer? No. This one's a bit newer. Let's try this. Now, where's this installing on? This is going to install on the E drive. Oh, that's where it's from. It's going to install it in, let's try other. So I've got my personal, this is linked to OneDrive. So what I might do instead is go to C drive or perhaps even, I've got some other drives on the floating around somewhere. Might go to go to local disk. This is a separate file, nothing to do with OneDrive. Right click, create a new folder. You can use your USB or another area in your C drive, and I'll just put virtual machine files. Yeah, we'll put that there, and that's it. That could be right. Now, did you notice I didn't select? I accidentally forgot to select that. You get this message. This is not good, right? We don't want this. We want full control. So we'll go to skip unintended installation. Next, I'll push that up to 4. Push that up to 2. So I might push it up to 4 as well. CPUs. I'm going to push that RAM a bit more because I want to move. Next, finish, and right click and start. Let's see if that goes, if that works fine. Now you've seen what we do next. I'm just going to press pause until that comes around now. Okay, so it worked this time. I just did it again, started again, and this time it decided to work. So we have to put a password for the administrator. It just restarted a couple of times, came to this spot here. So just put password 1, up to you, whatever you want. Actually, I better make that consistent. Put exclamation mark. Do that again. And finish. And that'll finalize the settings. I'll just press pause again. Okay, so finally we're in Windows 19. We need to press Alt Control Delete here. So we'll go to Input up here, Keyboard, Insert Control Alt Delete. Put the password that I've just created before. There we go. And that will load the administrator profile. Then, once that's completed, we just need to make sure that they can network to each other, and then that'll be it for this episode. Next one, we'll get Windows 2019 and promote it to Active Directory to be the domain controller, and then we can start doing some real cool stuff. So now this is looking good. Before I do that, I want to show you something really quickly in VirtualBox. So there's a different type of networks. You can have a NAT network, or you can have a private network. Let me show you how to find out what network you're on for these virtual machines. You right click and you go to settings. It will tell you under the network that it's under NAT. Okay. Now, for this lab, I don't need the internet. Well, actually, no, I actually do need the internet, sorry. There's an exercise that we're actually going to download something from the internet. So we will use NAT in that case. So I've got NAT here. However, I do have a NAT network here. You might not on your VirtualBox setup. So I'll show you what to do. You go to Tools on the top left here, and right click and go to Tools again, Network Manager, and then you create, or go to NAT networks here and create a new network, a new NAT network here. and then make sure that you've got the prefix there and set up. We can change this later, and it's enabled. So if it's not already there, create it, and then go to properties, and you can choose your networking range. So you could do 192.1.1.0, I guess. It will enable DHCP. We're going to not select that because we're going to set up our own DHCP setup shortly. And that should be it. Apply. It goes back to that that default, which is interesting. Network failure. All right, let's try to create a new one. I think the default NAT network must be those settings, I think. But let's choose another prefix. We'll change it. We'll call it NAT network 1 68.1.0. Get rid of that, and let's apply. Yeah, it will allow us to do that as long as it's a different name than NAT network. You have to have NAT network 1 on the end, I guess. Now it's applied. Then we go to right click on the virtual machine. Then we'll go to settings, network, and then we'll choose down here. If you go down to NAT network, I've got two. I've just created this one, which is NAT network 1. Yep. And then I'll press OK. And I'll do the same with the other server machine as well. Settings. And we'll go to network. Select NAT network there. And then OK. They're both on the same network now, but they won't have IP addresses because I took DHCP away from them. So I'll just select yes there. Just get rid of this stuff here. It's just Edge trying to make us do stuff against our will. It's being annoying. The administrator, we just with the admin center, sorry, server manager, just get rid of that. Minimize that one, but we're going to come back to this in the next episode. You'll notice that I don't have any network capabilities because we don't have an IP address. So first thing you're going to do in Windows Server is right click, go to Open Network and Internet Settings. You will assign it an IP address. You have to have this on an Active Directory or DNS server. You must have a static IP address. Ethernet, change adapter options. You can go to this section any way you know, right? That's just my preferred way. Right click Ethernet properties and double click there, and we'll go 192. Oops, numlock was the problem there. So 192.168.1. I'm going to do this as 10. 255.255.0. Default gateway will be 192.168.1.1. That will be our router out of so they can go to the internet. I'm going to be the DNS server, so I'm going to point to myself, which is 127.0.0.1, which is a loopback address. Okay, and then okay. There we go. Got a new network there. Click yes to that, and we're going to do the same in Windows 10 too as well. Right click, Open Network and Internet Settings. Ethernet, change adapter options. Right click, properties, double click there. We're going to give this an IP address, 192. Numlock drives me crazy with these things. We'll give it .20, a different IP address. Same default gateway as the other one, .1, but this time the DNS server, I'm going to point it to my Windows server I just configured here, because that's going to be my DNS server right there. For now, 192.168.1.10. I might put an alternative because we might need the internet. So if that doesn't work, if I don't get any DNS results from here, I've got a backup there. We go to OK, OK again. Yep. Now I still won't have any internet, but that's okay for now. Oh, maybe I might have internet, maybe. We'll see how we go with that one. Yep. Actually, I might go back to the other one, the Windows Server. I might just make one slight change. I might just put up a backup alternative DNA server there as well. Okay. All right, so how do we test this? Let's go to the command line, so search command, and we're going to ping 192.168.1.10. I'm going to try and ping this machine here. See how we go. It's a bit slow. It's starting to slow down a bit, I think. I have plenty of RAM, but it's so like still crunching the RAM through. All right, let's try enter again. There we go. See how we go now. All right, when you get a timeout, it could be something else. That's the issue here. It could, in fact, be the firewall. So the firewall on the Windows server could be the problem. I'm going to do the command line. Let's see if I can ping the other way. Actually, let's see if we can ping the default gateway. Yeah, we can. So we've got network connectivity, but I can't ping from one side to the other, and it looks like it's the it could be the firewall blocking it. So I'll ping 192.168.1.1. Yeah, so I can ping the gateway. It's a good start. Now I'll ping 20. Okay, so it looks like it's not able to ping here. I think there's a firewall involved. So what we'll do is we will just get rid of that, and then I'm going to type in Windows Firewall, Windows Defender Firewall. So it's just a bit slow. That's normal. Then I'll go to Advanced Settings. And inbound rules. I'll scroll down until I get to file and printer sharing, echo in. I'll select both of those. Right click, and I might go to enable rule. That means I'm enabling it, this rule, so that they can ping. Just double check. Yeah, so I should be able to ping from that side, from the server to the Windows 10 machine. Let's try that. There we go. So it's the firewall that was blocking it, but I've got network connectivity. That's the most important thing. Okay, we're going to leave that there now. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.